Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2016 commencement exercises at Canisius College. Please stand for the academic procession and remain standing for the national anthems.
afternoon. Please remain standing for the posting of the colors and the national anthems of Canada and the United States as performed by Ms. Emily DiMartino and Ms. Janelle Sabin, members of the class of 2016. Then please remain standing for the invocation, which will be given by the Reverend Thomas Colgan of the Society of Jesus and Associate Campus Minister. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
Loving God, I thank you for each graduating person today from the School of Education and Human Services and from the Richard J. Whaley School of Business. I ask you, who are the creator of our beautiful universe, you who are mother and father to all, that you would bless each one of our graduates, to bless their futures. I ask you to help them find that which is their passion, that which they most deeply, truly want to do for our world. May you provide them with safe opportunities and give them the initiative and the energy to take the risks that are necessary to bloom and to prosper. And Father, may you help them integrate an ever-deepening spirituality with their families, their friends, with their service, and may you help them live lives of rich joy and fulfillment. And I pray this in the name of Jesus. St. Peter Canisius.
Please be seated. On behalf of the trustees, regents, president, faculty, administrators, alumni, and graduates, I welcome you to Canisius College and to the diploma ceremony for the School of Education and Human Services and the Richard J. Whaley School of Business. I am Margaret McCarthy, Vice President for Academic Affairs. It is my very pleasant duty this afternoon to serve as Master of Ceremonies. You have been looking forward to this day for a very long time. I hope our graduates will remember it with pleasure for many years to come. Earlier today at the general ceremony, we gathered to honor individuals in 3 important categories. These included citizens who have demonstrated exceptional service, distinguished alumni, particularly today members of the classes of 1956 and 1966, and now we come together to recognize and commend the students who today receive their bachelor's degrees and enter into the community of scholars. At this time, Dr. Terry Mangione, Vice President for Student Affairs and Title IX Coordinator, will introduce the chosen student speaker from the School of Education and Human Services.
Each year, students with high academic averages and records of service to the college compete for the privilege of speaking at their commencement ceremony. We have 2 student speakers for this ceremony. As a dual major in adolescence education and English, Michael J. Hockwater embodies the Jesuit values of magis and cura personalis. Michael grounds his teaching in these values to promote justice and protect the dignity of his students. As a student teacher, Michael became an agent for change and partnered with the Lancaster School District and Band Against Bullying to promote a world without bullying. During his time at Canisius, Michael was an Earning Excellence Program SEEP Award recipient and research assistant, and served as the co-vice president of Sigma Tau Delta and taught abroad in Oviedo, Spain. Michael looks forward to securing a position as a middle school English language arts teacher, instilling in his students the same kindness and respect that Canisius College has instilled in him. It is my pleasure to present to you the student speaker for the School of Education and Human Services, Michael J. Hockwater.
This is just incredible. Wow. So President Hurley, Dr. Mangione, faculty and staff, honored guests, family and friends, good afternoon and congratulations to the Canisius College graduating class of 2016. Just like you, when I was a little boy, my parents used to ask me where I wanted to go to school when I grew up. Now, every time they would ask me, I would look up at them with a big, wide smile on my face and exclaim with great pride, Canisius College. I had known from a young age of 4 that attending Canisius College was part of my destiny, and now here I am, several years later, as one of your honored and humble commencement speakers. Looking back at my life in the past 4 years spent at Canisius, I smile with that same big, wide smile. I now know what it means to graduate from Canisius College, and let me tell you, it means everything. You see, we all have that book, that song, that movie, that thing that claims a part of our soul. For some people, it's the Whitney Houston song they danced to at their wedding, or the Star Wars movie they saw on their first date. For me, that thing is a little black book called Looking for Alaska by John Green. The first time I read it, I was anxiously awaiting to start my freshman year at Canisius. And much like the protagonist of the novel, I was hopeful, excited, and nervous beyond belief. But reading that book changed my life and it helped prepare me for the next 4 years at Canisius. For those who haven't had the pleasure of reading it, Looking for Alaska is about Miles Pudge Halter, a socially awkward introvert, like me, who goes away to boarding school in hopes of finding new adventure, or as he calls it, his great perhaps. Now, Pudge and I were both embarking on one of the greatest adventures of our lives, him to Indian Springs and me to Canisius College. We were both hoping that we would find happiness and new beginnings. No spoilers, but I think we both found what we were looking for. I instantly connected with this idea of seeking a great perhaps because it reminds me of our pursuit of becoming men and women for others. However, in our pursuit, we also have to become ourselves and discover who that person is. But you know, that's a difficult task because we are always changing. We are never the same person we were yesterday, that we are today, nor will be tomorrow. We are never done growing up. The older I get, I realize there is no huge difference between being 19 or 20, 21 or 22. We don't wake up on our 18th or 21st birthdays with a briefcase and wearing a suit and tie. Becoming an adult doesn't happen overnight. The truth is, we are all constantly learning, all taking steps forward and taking steps back. We are all on this complicated journey, seeking our own great perhaps. Now, little did I know that embarking on my own great perhaps would wind up sending me halfway around the world to Oviedo, Spain. You know, I believe that the minute when you really start living is when you step outside of your comfort zone and begin to take risks. Scary, I know. But the thing about risks is that sometimes they pay off and sometimes they don't, but you'll never know unless you take them. So 1 year ago today, I decided to take a risk and step outside of my comfort zone when I chose to study abroad in Oviedo, Spain. Dr. Calabrese organized this adventure for me and 6 of my friends, where we traveled to Oviedo to spend about 1 month living with Spanish host families and teaching English at Colegio San Ignacio, a K-12 Jesuit school there. Leading up to our departure, I was a nervous wreck. I kept on thinking, what if I didn't get along with the other people going? What if I had the worst host family ever? What if my students didn't like me? What if? And after a few what ifs, I had gone from feeling excited to feeling sick. However, this was my great perhaps, and I wasn't about to let my stupid anxiety stop me from going after it. Now, once I got to Oviedo, I was given a choice. I could either lock myself inside of my bedroom and have a mental breakdown on FaceTime with my mother, or I could choose to step outside those 4 walls and learn how to live in this new and unfamiliar world. Now, I have to admit, I did a little bit of both. But the more I ventured outside of my comfort zone, the better teacher and person I became. For instance, I experienced what it feels like to be an English language learner or immigrant student in American schools. And I learned how to be more assertive and independent when I had to ask strangers for directions in my broken Spanish. I became the group leader and led us all through town on our first day in Oviedo. And as a result of this adventure, I gained confidence, patience, and greater understanding. I became slightly less shy, socially awkward, and introverted. I became a better version of myself. However, you don't have to travel halfway around the world as I did to seek your own great perhaps. If you want to make a fundamental change and learn to be your best self, that change has to come from within you. And believe me, I know that change is hard. But the fact of life is that change is going to come, and trying to resist it is an exhausting and ultimately hopeless task. It's okay to be afraid of change. Almost everyone is. However, you can't let that fear take over. So today, I would like to challenge you all to go seek your own great perhaps, to be your best selves and to live your authentic lives. I invite you to take risks in spite of fear and treat every day as a new adventure. You never know where your own great perhaps may lead you. I would now like to take this opportunity to give special thanks to those that loved and supported me on my journey to my own great perhaps. First, I would like to thank God for blessing me with all the opportunities that I have been given. I would also like to thank my family for their endless love and support. In particular, I would like to thank my grandfather, Johnny Lardo. Today we are not only celebrating my graduation, but also his birthday. So happy birthday, Papa. Thank you. I would also like to thank my friends, some of which have become extended family. Maddie, Megan, Nicolette, Hannah, Sammy, Dave, Nick, Jess, all of you, thank you so much for helping me on this journey. We did it. However, we couldn't have done it without the professors that mentored us and taught us along the way. I would like to give special recognition to Dr. Bailey, Dr. Calabrese, Dr. Delabovi, Dr. Christ, and Dr. Burns, who have profoundly impacted me and helped make me the man that I am today. Lastly, I would like to thank President Hurley and the administration for granting me this honor to speak with you, and for taking good care of Canisius, a place I am proud to forever call home. So fellow graduates, I invite you to go seek your own great perhaps, to be infinitely curious, hopeful, and optimistic. Go forth and make this world a better place than we found it. Spread love, not hate, acceptance, not intolerance, and hope, not despair. Be the men and women for others that Canisius College has raised us all to be. Good luck on your future adventures, and congratulations to the Canisius College class of 2016. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Our second student speaker is a student in the Richard J. Whaley School of Business. Richard J. Kubiak is graduating today with a bachelor's degree with majors in economics and finance and a summa cum laude member of the All-College Honors Program. But Rich's college distinctions extend far beyond his grade 1 level. During his tenure at Canisius, Rich fully engaged himself in campus life. He most recently served as president of the Undergraduate Student Association and captain of the Chartered Financial Analyst Research Team. His commitment to service made Rich a regular participant at Community Day and often a friendly face for prospective students at open house events. Rich's exemplary service and outstanding academic achievements earned him induction into the very prestigious Diadema Honor Society in 2015 and recognition as one of the 2016 Alumni Association Distinguished Students. I welcome to the podium Richard J. Kubiak, the student speaker for the Richard J. Whaley School of Business.
When the application was first sent out to speak here today in early February, I felt obligated to apply. No, it wasn't because I wanted to tell a creative story or make you laugh, but it was because I wanted to do three things: express gratitude, share a lesson learned, and give you all the challenge going forward. In early March, I had the experience of speaking to a crowded Montante Cultural Center, filled with accepted students and their families, totaling over 300 people in all, which at the time I thought was a pretty large audience. I shared with them the many memorable experiences all of us have had over the past 4 years, including academic, extracurricular, and work-related opportunities. And I also shared what it means to graduate from an institution whose Jesuit values, centered on justice and service, date back to 1540, when Pope Paul III gave formal approval to the Society of Jesus, led by St. Ignatius of Loyola. After speaking to those students, I was saddened by the realization that not all of those prospective students were joining the Catholic Jesuit tradition that we have here at Canisius. But I was satisfied knowing that some would. And just a few months later, here today, that I'd be surrounded by the class of 2016 who all had. Getting here, however, was not easy, nor was it expected for most of us. I was raised in a small town of Cornell, New York, just a few hours east of here in western New York. Throughout my childhood, I faced several challenges that gave me the great opportunity to grow at a very young age, not the least of which was the divorce of my parents. The divorce forced me to be independent, and my independence was met with new challenges, like the loss of my childhood home to fire on my 7th birthday. But through it all, I had the great opportunity to learn from the examples that my parents always said: work hard, live with passion, and obstacles will become opportunities. Although my life, all of our lives have not been perfect, they have formed the people that we are today and brought us here together for this very special moment in time as soon-to-be graduates of Canisius College. When I woke up this morning, like every morning, I put into practice an exercise that reflects the Jesuit spiritual activity of examine. In part, this exercise calls on me to express gratitude for 3 people who got me to where I was that day. But today, I cannot restrict it to just 3 people. So, as Mike just mentioned, thank you to all of the family members, friends, faculty, staff, and administrators, or anyone else who has helped a graduate get to where they are today. Thank you. Thank you for providing us the opportunity to learn and transform from students and children 4 years ago to educated adults prepared to take on the challenges of tomorrow, today. President Hurley, Dr. McCarthy, Bill Collins, Marco Benedetti, and especially Dr. Wall, Beth Krauman, Dr. Mangione, and Matt Mulville. Thank you for being a source of professionalism and leadership throughout my time here at Canisius. To all of my friends, too many to recognize, too few to ever forget. Thank you for being a source of joy and love throughout my 4 years. And to my family, thank you for being a source of inspiration, who's always fueled my drive to pursue my greatest dreams. In particular, I recognize my grandma, whose courage and strength as she undergoes chemotherapy is representative of the courage and strength that my family has strung with me my entire life. So thank you, Grandma. I'd like to actually... Excuse me for the emotion. But I'm not the only one who feels great gratitude today. The class of 2016 is not blind to the fact that success cannot and does not happen alone. We must be receptive to our environments and take the help of others if we are to progress. In that vein, I want to share one lesson that I learned from what some might consider a surprise source of inspiration. Jim Carrey described his father's ability to become a great comedian, but instead chose a conservative path and took a job in business. When Jim Carrey was 12 years old, his father was fired from that job, and his family had to do whatever they could to survive. The message that he shared from that experience, and the message that I want to share to all of you today, is that you can fail at what you don't love, so you might as well take a chance on something that you do. Now, I'm not taking away from the degrees that we've earned here today, nor am I pretending that everyone can be a famous comedian. But what I am saying is don't be afraid to pursue your deepest passions. As he advised, let the universe know what you want and work toward it.
We'll let it go of outcomes to pass. For us, this means letting go of latching on to some job title that sounds right, or making some obscene amount of money that gives us superficial satisfaction. Let faith be your guide, and your life will become what you always intended. And with that, this brings me to my challenge to you that I mentioned at the beginning, which comes from a conversation I had with a professor recently about the Milgram experiment. The Milgram experiment is a social psychology experiment that was conducted following World War II that examined justification for acts of genocide. The study measured the willingness of participants to obey an authority figure who instructed them to flip a switch to send painful electric volts to someone who answered a question incorrectly. With each incorrect question, they were instructed to flip another switch that sent increasingly painful volts of electricity against their personal conscience. So, in our lives, each flip of the switch represents a step away from the ethics and the values that we were taught to live by while at Canisius over the past 4 years. And my challenge to you, and all of you really, is don't flip that first switch. Don't step away from the values that you've learned here at Canisius. Dare to make the right decision every single day and commit yourself to the love and peace within this community, and go forth and spread that to all of the communities in which you will soon live. So with that, thank you. Congratulations to the class of 2016, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you, Rich. We now reach the moment for which our graduates have been preparing for many years. Will the President please come to the podium? Will the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science in the School of Education and Human Services and the Richard J. Whaley School of Business please rise? President Hurley, these students have completed all the requirements for the degrees they are receiving. I certify their eligibility and ask you to confer upon them the degrees they have earned.
By virtue of the power vested in me by the trustees of Canisius College and by the regents of the state of New York, I welcome you to the company of scholars and confer on you the bachelor's degree with all the rights and privileges connected therewith.
If the graduates would be seated, you will be called by name to receive your diplomas. The first candidates are those who have completed the All-College Honors Program at Canisius. I ask Dr. Bruce Deerenfield, Director of the All-College Honors Program, to please join President Hurley in congratulating these graduates.
The candidates for degrees in the All-College Honors Program are Nicholas T. Antonitis, summa cum laude. Claire I. Arnott, summa cum laude. Hannah Marie Blum, cum laude. Elizabeth M. Brait, magna cum laude. Patrick Michael Byrne. Jessica Dieter, summa cum laude. It gives me great pleasure to announce that Victoria N. Erdman, summa cum laude, is graduating with the highest overall grade point average in the School of Education and Human Services and is receiving the O'Malley Award. It gives me great pleasure to announce that Kendall Ann Franz, summa cum laude, is graduating with the highest overall grade point average in the Whaley School of Business and is receiving the O'Malley Award. Allison Christine Gillett, magna cum laude. Kristen N. Hurley, magna cum laude. Lee Wellman Huber, summa cum laude. Caitlin E. Corrales, cum laude. Eileen R. Christensen, magna cum laude. Richard James Kubiak, summa cum laude. John J. Moran IV. Melissa H. Otremba, summa cum laude. Kevin S. Petrovsky. Alexis M. Roskovich, cum laude. Taylor M. Spear, summa cum laude. It gives me great pleasure to announce that Jennifer N. Tripp, summa cum laude, is graduating with the highest overall grade point average in the School of Education and Human Services and is receiving the O'Malley Award. Jeffrey W. Wilson, cum laude. This concludes the awarding of degrees in the All-College Honors Program. Thank you, Dr. Deerenfield. Dr. Jeffrey R. Lindauer, Dean of the School of Education and Human Services, will now join President Hurley to congratulate recipients of the bachelor's degree from that school. The candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts are Crystal M. Bartlett, Samantha Marie Basili, Jordan L. Brendel, cum laude. Elizabeth Catherine Bombera, Dominique L. Castano Paulflight. Jessica N. Grinder, cum laude. Nicholas M. Grostefone, cum laude. Megan Allison Hurdle, cum laude. Michael John Hockwater, summa cum laude. Madison G. Kuchenweiser, cum laude. Rose Mattioli, cum laude. Nicolette J. Navarro, cum laude. Anna Marie Ormond. David C. Ristow. Kaylee E. Ratigliano, magna cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Walsh. Jessica M. Yanez, cum laude. The candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Special Education are Rebecca Alessandra Beltran, cum laude. Tyler F. Brunner. Samantha Y. Franco. Rachel E. Klein, magna cum laude. Catherine J. Kiles, cum laude. Catherine D. Tippa. Sarah P. Zapolowski, summa cum laude. The candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Physical Education are Eric William Ashley, Sarah A. Barbaro, Gabriel N. Bender, Lindsay Bowling, Ashley B. Bull, Angelo J. Caruso, Michael J. Elwood, Catherine Marie Farinacci, Samuel M. Frank, Molly C. Gaswick, Alexander M. Godzak, Brittany M. Kraus, cum laude. Emily Kate Martingano. Stephanie M. McDonald. Tara M. McPherson, cum laude. Victoria Helene Mikulek, cum laude. Michelle Inez Murko. Marina L. Moselle. Mindy M. Odrobina. Caroline T. Ogden. Amy Elizabeth Osinski, magna cum laude. Kristen S. Oswald. Francisco Perez. Michael C. Perino. Nicholas J. Riniolo. Cooper E. Roach. Brandon K. Rudd. Caroline E. Schutte. Grace Stryker, magna cum laude. Ashley L. Tylenda. Haley M. Vick, summa cum laude. Kayla Von Seal Walker. Nicholas J. Zaccarella, cum laude. The candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science Athletic Training are Jennifer M. Markey, Alexander T. Miller, Victoria R. Trisna, This concludes the awarding of degrees in the School of Education and Human Services. Thank you, Dr. Lindauer. Dr. Richard A. Schick, Dean of the Richard J. Whaley School of Business, will now join President Hurley to congratulate recipients of the bachelor's degree from that school. The candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science are Abdul Wahab Walid Aldayel, Matthew Backhouse, Adama Ba, Ryan C. Bond, cum laude, Mohammed Yahya Bakalaji, Ellen C. Ball, magna cum laude, Veronica M. Barbaria, Brendan Michael Barron, cum laude, Nicolo Baudo, cum laude, Christopher A. Berardi, Sarah M. Bidwell, Holly Bogdan, summa cum laude, Tatiana Banzele Malila, Alexander A. Borneman, Marina Dakota Boswell, Brittany M. Bowen, Spencer E. Bray, Rebecca Brogina, summa cum laude, Jill M. Burnham, Shannon M. Butler, Brandon J. Camerano, Michael D. Carroll, Shanice Nicole Cathcart, Jesse David Calkins, cum laude, Daniel P. Cavallari, cum laude, Ellen S. Cheskovich, Adam Chin, Jonathan J. Kristen, cum laude, Jenna C. Semino, Matthew H. Cleary, Sarah E. Clouden, Patrick M. Conwell, Donald J. Cook II, Emily C. Cook, Megan E. Cook, Andrew T. Coughlin, Nathan D. Cristantello, summa cum laude, Kyle C. Danes, Sean M. Daniel, cum laude, Ashley M. Dial, Reinhold J. Dalek, Jonathan S. Domino, Thibaut G. Dupin, Kirsten M. Eggleston, cum laude, Ryan A. Emmerling. Iniabong Utibi Abase Atin. Shannon L. Finucan, summa cum laude. Andrew Mark Fisher, cum laude. Melanie Fisher, cum laude. Lily King Flume. Alexander C. Fry. Charles J. Galante III. Helena Michelle Galvin. Gabriella Gannon. Matthew Richard Gannon. Eric Anthony Gassels. Angela Jean Graves. Vincent E. Gravino. Francis P. Guzzo, magna cum laude. Darian Nicholas Hoffey. Adam R. Harris, summa cum laude. Serafina Hilaire. Ian Matthew Hillpill. Matthew J. Hosterman. Patrick R. Hurtubise. Teresa Jackson. William L. Jacoby. Timothy J. Jakubowski. Alexander Z. Jasinski. Stephanie J. Daniel R. Johansson, magna cum laude. Allison M. Jordan. Kenneth Kamholtz, cum laude. Philip B. Kamholtz. Jacqueline P. Kane. Tabish A. Kashmiri. Stephen M. Kavalerski. Nora M. Kennan. Cody J. Klink. Thomas J. Klubeck. David Carr Mwanga Knight. Alexis K. Croze. John J. Krazan, cum laude. Janine M. Lacroix. Samuel J. Lukowitz. Joseph Theodore Loescher, cum laude. Catherine A. Lopez. Joseph C. McNicka. Mark T. Malaire, magna cum laude. Anthony J. Masici. James Michael McCartney, cum laude. Michael R. Mertz, cum laude. Nathan A. Myers. Tiana E. Mills. Michael A. Moeller, cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Montante. Jennifer A. Morlock. James Matthew Joseph Moscato, cum laude. Jordan Robert Mount. Richard L. Mullen. Mallory S. Murdy, magna cum laude. Catherine M. Murphy, summa cum laude. Victoria Napo, summa cum laude. Alexandra Melissa Naumovsky. Christine M. Nelson, cum laude. Brian Wynn. Shumpei Nosaka, cum laude. Amy M. Numrich, cum laude. Tyler J. O'Connor. Kyle A. Patronic. Dejan T. Petty. Bridget K. Philbin. Peter J. Piazza, summa cum laude. Felicia Karenji. Brittany R. Randalls. Heather E. Reed. Connor P. Riley. Nikki M. Rohde. Marina Eleni Roman. Olivia Jordan Roscoe. Giovanna M. Roth, summa cum laude. Aaron K. Rueda. Alexandria J. Sabo, cum laude. Hunter Ryan Sager. Matthew D. Sampson. A. Frank Sardina. Marissa T. Shadle. William N. Shantz. Laura E. Schmidt, summa cum laude. Peter J. Schnorr, magna cum laude. Catherine J. Shutt. Kendra D. Scott. Erin Elizabeth Crotty Sendor, summa cum laude. Amanda N. Smith. Zachary Socho Marandola, cum laude. Matthew Michael Spicella. Richard H. Stapleton II. Christopher R. Stiver, cum laude. Chelsea Christine Swanakamp. Emmett J. Sweet. Jordan J. Sustak, cum laude. Ashley R. Terragino. Mackenzie A. Tierney, magna cum laude. William L. Tiftikchen. Cameron G. Tolsma, cum laude. Anthony Jeremiah Tomasello, summa cum laude. Kim Long True. Jordan A. Tylek. Alexander J. Valvo, cum laude. Javante M. Vasquez. Alexander Richard Vian, cum laude. Eric M. Walsh. Can Wong. Yongshua Wong. Ian M. Weaver, summa cum laude. Benjamin W. Whitford. Ryan J. Zelli. Chen C. Zhang, summa cum laude. Emily R. Weber. This concludes the awarding of degrees in the Whaley School of Business. Congratulations to the class of 2016.
Would the graduates please stand? To mark your new status in a visible way, please move your tassels from right to left. And so now I can very proudly and officially present to all here present and the world at large the Canisius College class of 2016. There they go. The graduates did not achieve this distinction without help. Will the parents, spouses, children, and families who were of such great assistance to them please stand to be honored by the graduates? Will the faculty and staff who have challenged and helped these students to reach this level of excellence please rise to be thanked by them? Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, I now present to you John J. Hurley, President of Canisius College, for his remarks on this special occasion.
Well, thank you, Dr. McCarthy, and I'd like to extend my very special and sincere congratulations to the members of the class of 2016. You have been a very special class here at Canisius College, and we will miss you. You've run the good race, though, and you've finished well. The diplomas you received today certify you as members of a very exclusive club, Canisius College alumni, numbering some 47,000 men and women, leaders in every walk of life, making an impact on this world. We send you out into that world with some challenges. When the going gets tough, you may be tempted to throw up your hands, to conclude that the challenges are too great, or that there's little that one person can do to make a difference. Rest assured that your Canisius Jesuit education makes you a very different kind of person. The world desperately needs Canisius College graduates. At Canisius, you've learned to be a critical thinker, an analytical reader, an effective writer, a persuasive communicator. Your education has taught you to understand morality and ethics and the difference between right and wrong. You've discovered the value of deep and long-lasting friendships. Your social consciousness has been awakened and developed, and the diplomas you received today certify that you are indeed men and women for and with others. And we hope you've learned what St. Ignatius Loyola himself learned, that life is all about a search for a relationship with God, and it is that process of the search that transforms lives. If you've been a good student and you've learned all of these things, all that remains is for you to go forth and put them into practice in your everyday lives. We heard at our baccalaureate mass last night the advice of the great St. Paul, who said, "Keep on doing what you have learned and received and heard and seen in me. Then the God of peace will be with you." So I urge you, class of 2016, listen empathically to all you encounter. But when the time comes, be courageous in defending truth and right and condemning wrongs in the world. In your careers and in your private lives, do the right thing. Search for God in all things and in all people. Remain compassionate and stay attuned to the needs of the least of God's people. And treasure always these words of St. Paul. So faith, hope, love remain, these three. And the greatest of these is love. With these challenges and in whatever other opportunities you may pursue in life, may you have success and happiness, and may you be a true leader. May God bless Canisius College, and God bless the great class of 2016.
Michael Hayes, Director of Campus Ministry, will now give the benediction. Please rise for the benediction. Gentlemen, remove your caps, and then remain standing for the singing of the alma mater. The words of the alma mater can be found on page 3 of the program.
And so let us pray in thanksgiving. As you go forth with diplomas in your hands, may God help you to always do what you love. But more importantly, May he help you bring love to all that you do. When life brings you hardship at times, may God help you to remember that St. Ignatius of Loyola is always the patron saint of Plan B. So may he always guide you throughout your lives. And may the road rise up to greet you, and may the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and the rain fall soft upon your fields. And golden griffins, may it not be long until we meet again. But until we do, may God always hold you in the palm of his hand. God bless you. Amen? Amen? Amen. St. Peter Canisius.
This concludes the 2016 School of Education and Human Services and Whaley School of Business commencement exercises at Canisius College. I ask that the graduates and guests remain standing in their places until the platform party and faculty have left the hall. Graduates will process out of the building to meet their guests, where you can enjoy this moment of success. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2016. Thank you. Good afternoon. Let the celebration begin.